Hello New Zealand, thank you so much for joining us for our weekend weather update and the outlook for next week. And I have to say next week is looking a bit stormy at times across the country. We'll focus on that in a moment. Let's first of all kick off with the weekend outlook, and high pressure dominating still, but it's transferred from the Tasman Sea over to the eastern side now, which means we've got a light easterly flow for northern New Zealand that will be breaking up that gloomy cloud that we've had stuck along the west coast for much of the week. Bit of a breezy nor'wester through Wellington, nothing too major, beautiful morning there. And further down the country, a light nor'west breeze lifting temperatures up, and Friday will be warmer than average across the entire country. So the weekend shapes up like this. No real change on Saturday other than the westerly winds pick up around the South Island. They'll become a little windier as the day goes on. That will push temperatures up though above normal in the east, and on the west coast you've got a little bit of rain or shower activity. The North Island is mostly dry, but there may be a couple of isolated showers. And the day is warmer than average across pretty much the entire country. Just a little patch up in the mountains there, which is only around normal. So no one's below average because of these warmer northerly winds. So by Sunday, sorry, I know I said westerly, but they are kind of northerly as well. They're subtropical in nature and northwesterly here on Sunday, although they might locally be a little bit more westerly, just depends on where you live. But those winds will be warmer for the eastern side of the country. So another warm day on Sunday with the winds perhaps a little bit windier through places like Wellington towards the end of the day, but there's nothing really major coming in this weekend, wind-wise anyway. So let's go to next week, because it is a little more interesting next week. High pressure remains in charge of the North Island for Monday, maybe a couple of showers, but generally speaking it's a light subtropical airflow, so it's pretty warm. And in the South Island, nor'westers are blowing through, a bit of rain on the west coast. The winds might be gale force in the mountains, but not really in any of the main centres. Tuesday, it's not the most settled day around the country. So we've got this surge of colder air. Briefly, you can see that blue line. So it's just a brief surge of colder air as we go through Tuesday. A surge of rain goes into the North Island. Not a huge amount for northern areas, which are drier than average, but there will be some welcome rain as that comes through. Then it will ease back a little bit. So by Wednesday, the North Island's mostly dry, but it's pretty windy around the South Island with strong to gale force northwesterly winds. They'll get up towards Wellington later on, and it's pretty windy around the North Island, but high pressure is just there. So it's not exactly going to be pouring with rain. As that system comes northwards from the Tasman, it will weaken near that high pressure. And our final map is for next Thursday. Winter's on its way, and of course winter kicks off next Saturday, June 1st. On the meteorological calendar. So this is timed quite well for that, but also the long weekend. It may be a little bit unsettled to begin with. So we've certainly got a wintry surge coming in. On Thursday, it will be very windy, severe gales, heavy rain, and that system will be slowly moving northwards, with that rain turning to snow in the mountains later on. So as we go towards the end of next week, it's certainly looking rough. But as we get towards Queen's Birthday Monday, that enormous high there should be starting to drift in. That is all from me. We'll keep you up to date. Have a great weekend though, and we'll see you again on Monday.